Peace. My name is LB and I'm a poet. I am a member of a group by the name of W.O.R.D Society. For everyone looking at your screen right now, watching this performance, if you could do me a favor and hold the three up. It symbolizes word to my society. Let's stand together in doing what needs to be done to unify our community. Now, with that being said, every piece of glitter got a glimmer, but I ain't sold. I ain't sold. Every piece of silver got a shimmer, but it ain't gold. It ain't gold. Everybody winning, little kids not eating dinner, but the plate's gold. The plate's gold. Another murder documented, but the case closed because the officer too worried about his caseload. The court appointed can't control which way the case goes because the caseload. Now you sitting in a prison cause your case cold. What kind of messages you sending? Will you break molds, make goals? It's a different shine when it's fake gold. Haven't spent the time, but you're trying to relate goals. Relationships failing, success rates low. Sending love nowadays cause too many let the hate show. A lot of mamas but no lake show. A lot of Quentins claiming Drake's flow. Only a fool can't tell when it's fake gold. When the light hit the glitter, see the fake glow. When your life split the image, that's a cape show. When a wizard teaching magic, do you take notes? Because your people hung from them. Do you hate ropes? As a culture, we are more than just J's and clothes or 40s with extended 30s and Dracos. The buying power of our culture has to say so. I mean, every piece of glitter got a glimmer, but I ain't sold. I ain't sold. Every piece of silver got a shimmer, but it ain't gold. It ain't gold. Everybody winning who been down since the beginning. I had to learn not to chase foes. Life get the glitching like the game froze. Blow the dice like Nintendo before game codes. Barely eating dinner, but y'all still see a winner. Tell me, what does your face show? You better cherish the ones that make your face glow. Cause some worry about funds, they wanna make more. Some worry about the sun, you know, praise the Lord. Me, I worry about our sons. I gotta make sure we raise these boys. And if you listen to the one who raised your Lord, then the raise will be the way to erase any trace of this human race that disgrace love. They don't even love themselves. How could they possibly love earth? They still wasting their own time. What can they tell me about worth? You don't know what I've been through. What you gonna tell me about my hurt? Always claiming to be bored. How many of you ladies truly know how to surf? I'ma sip my lemonade. It's beyond saying it. Sometimes it's best just to let the queens be. I mean, every piece of glitter got a glimmer, but I ain't sold. I ain't sold. Every piece of silver got a shimmer, but it ain't gold. It ain't gold. Some more focused on looking important than being it. There's nothing more satisfying than setting a goal and achieving it, or finding the root to your stress and relieving it, noticing your ability to manifest and believe in it, revealing the angel in heathen when you tell them to look in the mirror after convincing them that you truly believe in them. It's crazy how I can reach them. When it's believed, it ain't no reaching them. When you meet someone on their level, you can learn as you're teaching them. Never greater than, always equal to. Compared to your accomplishments, what does your community work equal to? I mean, every piece of glitter got a glimmer, but I ain't sold. I ain't sold. Every piece of silver got a shimmer, but it ain't gold. It ain't gold. Poetry. And next up, we have Maine Man.
They told me that I wasn't an artist, that my spray-painted graffiti art wasn't nothing but garbage, fat-tip markers that sign my name. The whole city is my canvas, the skyline is my frame. I get Krylon fame, clicker-clacker. These spray cans are my paintbrushes, painting sound, color, and texture into the beauty of the paintbrushes out my head onto this wall of this train, risking life and limb to get these life-size images out my brain. No art school or master thesis for my masterpieces. I do what I want. Whether I'm tagging up the back of a restaurant or bombing a whole building with my own font, you can't front on my gallant talent, you see, because I'm from the underground and the streets are my palette. I am hip-hop. Then they told me that I wasn't no musician. Just because I didn't study at Juilliard or play any type of instrument up in my tenement building but save your sympathy, you see, with these 2 turntables and all these cables, I will make my parents' record collection into a symphony composing beats for sneakers to squeak under 2-story speakers so amped up off the street lamp, I might blow these woofers and tweeters, zigzagger woofers and tweeters the way I mix, I make it match. Within the vinyl grooves, I can see through the eye of a needle the way I bring it back with a scratch that will have you itching for my next mixtape. I carry big crates. All I need is one sound check to get my shit straight, but please, no request tonight. Because with a 12-inch cut, I'm about to save your life. Slice. I am hip-hop. Then they tried to convince me that I couldn't dance, even though they stole every move that I showed and proved as soon as they got the chance. So this time, I broke it, popped it, locked it. When the DJ found those breaks in the records, I rocked it footwork on berserk. My hustle, you can't knock it, because I'm a cocky son of a stop-motion, robotic, optic illusion, moves on mass confusion. I deliberately defy gravity. Over cardboard-covered dance floors, the illest windmill off my cranial cavity will have the competition all mad at me freeze. I will literally eat your heart out. Within 360 degrees of separation in preparation for battle, I routinely come together in rotation, backspinning over this dance revolution. The evolution had to be modernized in order to accept these types of movements, because I am hip-hop. And then they told me that I couldn't sing. So this caged bird made words rhyme with the ruckus I bring, unwrapping my gift of gab. Blabbermouthing until these punchlines became the stiffest jab. I had to tell them why I was mad, son. Street news reporter that moves the crowd, so black and so proud, spitting that real shit that was not yet allowed to be said aloud. So now it's parental advisories for this fly MC, the wax poetic laureate, when you come to check out my melody, but you kept telling me that my rap was just a fad. My bad. I mean bad meaning bad, not bad meaning I should be spitting some bars to uplift my hood before I'm surrounded by bars. My misedutainment, so misunderstood. I slang therapy. My talk ain't cheap. So while I check the mic, cut the check, and then peep how these corporate scavengers all surround me like I'm some fresh meat that completely eat up my whole lifestyle to a beat, the same way they did jazz, rock and roll, and soul, and don't none of us have a seat at the table. I just get labeled by a label before my carcass is picked off by industry vultures and then whitewashed and stereotyped like popular culture. So am I still hip-hop?
And next up, we have Bull City's own Shakes.
See, I had to find permission to heal. Crazy, I know. Grinding for my dreams, that's a thrill, disease creeping up slow. See, you can't treat the wrong disease the wrong way. So I praying every day for a month straight. I treated it until it went away. Emotional hemorrhage. Had no clue on where to start the triage. Side effects damaging my soul, I had to see God. See, I had to learn how to admit my limit to myself and others. I'm still working on revenge because I'll die for my brothers. So I asked God to quiet every voice but his. In those relationships I messed up, please help me. 72 hours with no sleep. Lost 4 folks in 4 weeks, become numb to pain. I think I reached my peak. See, death comes in many forms, including physical and mental. How both have played part of my life is not coincidental. Advancement is not always stagnation, but removal. And when it comes to my money and my peace, I'm frugal. See, I had to get rid of some folk, grown men who real messy. Been waiting on me to slip, and I did, to more blessings. He blind, and I asked him to proofread my vision. Except it's never been a top priority. I don't need your permission. Stop trying to include everybody. Sometimes that blessing was just for you. Everybody can't go, I had to face that truth. The thrill of right now don't mean nothing. I want safety and longevity. Protector, provider, a great man I'm prepared to be.
And next up, we have Word Society's very own Ellie B.
I'm no longer who I used to be. Parallel dimensions lifted me. Meditation seems to have gifted me with access to the realms where my mind can be free. Free to roam the endless sky of the sea, no longer limited by the clouds and debris, instead shooting my shots for all my dreams. I've leveled up, no in-between. This flow I'm on is everything. I'm healing me by forgiving me and discarding all those parts of me I no longer need. They aren't serving me, more like blocking up my energy when it needs to be able to flow freely. Blockages keeping me from hearing missions, missed ambitions, failed life lessons, but no need to erase them. I just embrace them before replacing them with things that keep me lifted, like love without any condition. I'm elevated, God's my witness. I guess that means I'm also my witness. Now, elevate your bars. I mean, levitate to the stars, leaning in, getting closer to who you are, going higher, really means going deeper until you think you've gone too far. Until you reach that inner voice, this life's a choice and full of many more, so now my decisions are more intentional. I'm more focused on the spiritual, transitioning from what some would call a bitch into a witch. I mean, I'm into witchy things now, but they don't look at all like what you think. Now, I've been baptized in a pool before, but now these crystals keep my aura cleansed to the core, and God is still my source. It's no longer my spirit I'm out here looking for. Instead of searching and finding, I'm consciously creating more. Pray, meditate, and receive all before I exit my front door and enter this cold world that seems to be doing its best job at mimicking a domestic cold war where there's no them. There's just us against us. Now tell me, who can you trust when there's no more time to ignore that other you? I know with whom I'm siding, but tell me, to which you do you remain true? No denying these transitions will have you disbelieve in your views. Eyesight no longer your proof. You'll need that insight to recognize who's who. Transitions.
Where is paradise? Every day I leave my house, I have to kiss my family goodbye because walking outside is more of a gamble than a pair of dice. What's your vice? Why doesn't the black woman realize that she is God? And as a man, our whole purpose for being alive is to protect God while she does her job. The revolution will be televised. We're going live. I get so sick because half of my people don't even give up. They're not even trying to survive, let alone thrive, but wonder why we're consistently dying. There's a reality in our plain sight that my people are denying. I get so tired of asking why. Why did they have to kill that man like that? Why is he handling one of our queens like a man, but he asked for his permit to carry? Why do they even have a gun and a badge if they're that fearful and scary? The way young Tamir caught those bullets, you would have thought his first name was Jerry. Oscar was far from a Grinch. Never mind, same ending as the stories vary. My hands are up and I still can't breathe. They put it right in your face, but you still don't see. You really think that we're free? Hi, my name is Larry, but you can call me LB the poet, that is. And you see, God herself gives me a specific message to deliver, and I flow at my pen, bleeds through the cracks of the concrete in hopes to reap the needs of the seed soon to grow. It depends on the nutrients I have flowing throughout these words I have to lend. You see, a true leader creates leaders. Isn't the master supposed to be the teacher? Doesn't the pastor start off as the preacher of the word? Word.
Instead of a poem, how about I do a magic trick? Because I, the great Maine Man, will attempt the most death-defying magic trick known to man with the assistance of my beautiful help, Sister Supernatural. And even though I wear the cape, she is the real superhero, the secret to how the magic happens, because without her, it would all just be smoke and mirrors. Feast your eyes as I misdirect your attention onto me while she does all the work and I take all the credit. Put her in her place like Trunk and saw her in half like the money she's paid. Tell her to open sesame, her you-know-what, for any type of illusion that I can conjure up, which is why I keep a pocket full of handkerchiefs to dry her eye like trick up my sleeve. Voila. They say it ain't tricking if you got it. And we don't. They do. Pick a card, any card, and you will see that queens only stand next to kings regardless of how the deck is stacked. Jokers are only wild when the rules get changed, Jack, because without her, it is all just a gimmick, a con game, like 3-card Molly, because black girls have all the magic. And when I say black girls, I'm referring to black women whose black don't crack like a melanated spell has been cast all over their bodies like abracadabra. Imagine a world with no magic. Feminine black, we all would be a disappearing act. Act up if you want, because black girls raise children and use magical words because words have power, and so do those hands. Alakazam. Black girls created soul food from scraps as easy as pulling rabbit out of hat. Whether with fat back or not, she be stirring up them collard greens with that magic wand. Hocus pocus. Black girls take earrings off during an argument as easy as pulling coin from behind ear because she is about to make some motherfucking change. Sleight of hand. I've seen my grandmother make something out of nothing. My mother used telekinesis to make me do some shit without saying one word. My sister levitate up out of a bad relationship. The mother of my children opened up a space-time continuum to another dimension to birth our two angels, which happened to Harry Houdini me from going to jail more than twice. David Blaine, David Copperfield, Siegfried and Roy, and all the motherfucking white tigers in Africa ain't got shit on the beautiful blackness that is woman. So if you're asking me about witchcraft or hoodoo or if black girls are actually magic, poof, pow, be gone. Because when it comes to my supernatural sisters, I don't answer no motherfucking trick questions. Ta-da!
Trickling, streaming, running down my face uncontrollably. Tonight I cried. I cried harder than I've cried in a while, harder than I've ever cried for a stranger before. Tonight I smoked more than I've smoked in a while, got higher than I've ever needed to suppress my tears before. Tonight I watched the murder of a stranger, a murder that the world has seen for a week, but that I was afraid to watch. I was being weak. But weakness has never been my claim to fame, and soon that fear became curiosity. I felt I needed to see what was really going on. Yeah, I was fed up, but I wondered why this seemed to be the catalytic spark. Why this and not the 12-year-old boy gunned down in the park? Why was this situation bringing out previously unbothered people? Why was the world suddenly able to believe the inhumanity that we have faced at the hands of the protecting servers that we've cried out about for decades? And then I did it. I went and I found the video, the original video released. And as I watched, the tears fell, and when I saw his face on the ground, and when I saw that knee on his neck, and when I heard him plead that he could not breathe, when I heard him cry out for his mama, it was seeing the smug look on the killer's face, it was hearing bystanders cry out for him, it was seeing him lie motionless while the officers all seemed emotionless. It was at each and every one of those moments that I understood. It was each of those moments that left my heart wrenching, my eyes leaking and anger rising, all this for a stranger. A stranger that felt familiar, a stranger that felt like my kinfolk, a stranger that could have been my kin, my friend, a strange piece of fruit that's helping the world pull at the root's end. George.
See, I used to wish my mom could afford it to abort me. And with those circumstances I deal with now, I think accordingly. See, P-Love always told me your bruised seed can still bear great fruit. He said, baby boy, that perfect example is you. See, I know I'm moving, but I don't realize my potential and would cut my time to no short with all that mess I would get into. See, everyone gets a chance to change it. Just take the time and do it. It's in me. It ain't on me. I was born a ruler. See, God met me where I was at. He's taking me where I need to go. Believe what you want to believe. In my life, he's real and it shows. Sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same. I've put that work in and gained that rank so I can really put it on my game. See, stay away from me if your goal ain't to get better. Don't ask my opinion if you're going to act like a bitch when I tell you. With all these problems I'm having, I'm praying my blessings outweigh. See, I was dealt an ugly hand, but as a man, that's how I play 'em. See, in my position, I put you in position, but you ain't play your position. You took it for granted. See, at first I ain't listen. Hard-headed and tripping. Now I'm finally receiving blessings off the seeds I done planted. See, my problem is I expect everybody to be like me. I see the good in all of you. Don't move off what somebody else tell me. My heart gonna get me killed. I see it so vivid. Prophesied dreams walking in my visions, making provisions for the future. Y'all worry about right now. I'm supplying something for good use. Some of y'all just too loud. I made a beast out of myself, no pain to being a man. A lot of rumbles, bloody knuckles, hard labor with my hands. I mean, yeah, others been through more, but I'm speaking off my level of hurt. Our coping skills ain't the same. Writing is my escape. At times I feel like that shit don't work. It's crazy around my way. Made my thoughts all over the place. Just the other day, they found my cousin in a lake. Water disfigured his face. I couldn't even tell who he was, my G. And to be real, I feel like it's getting closer to me. They say, Jan, when you get busy, you do the most, man, we can't read you. Well, if you didn't want the dose, you shouldn't have put this dope in that needle. It's lethal, something you can't see through, man. I need no praise, all done for my people. See, how you gonna play with that fire, know that it burns to blame me for you getting burnt? What common sense you would learn? Smart enough, I guess you weren't. So if you want to heal that wound, man, you got to stop rubbing it and stay away from those that keep touching it. And if they change up, you remain the same, but stay cold, because feelings bring pain.
Yo, 3 Finger Gang, word up, word society, man. You know how we do. The illest. A black man walks into a bar and says, I ain't no joke. Like Dick Gregory. Even if he is a stand-up guy, he is considered more comedian than man. The audience is a tough crowd. Always watching and waiting to heckle, to roast a black man for barbecuing, for jogging in his own neighborhood, or sitting in his living room watching a sitcom. And oh yeah, it is all a setup, pun intended. When the police are at his door, that is considered a knock-knock joke. Stop resisting is their favorite catchphrase while they are breaking a black man's funny bones. Humorous. Body cams on to record his death, comedy, jam, but when shit ain't funny no more, they send the Sandman in to sweep everything up under the rug like an inside joke, or job, or both. So is you ready to go night-night, nigga? Because unless you have Kevin's heart, black man must improv, because he is always living in living color, and everything he does is considered sketchy. Everything he says is a punchline. Or you want reparations? You's a funny motherfucker. Now you talking liberation. Man, you got us cracking up. Equal rights, privilege, money, okay. But only one of you at a time, because you know when you people get a little power, you tend to act funny. So I'm gonna need you to dress the part and put on this dress, black man. Consider it new material, because you are gonna be my $50 million negotiation. A little comic relief. And don't you dare think about going back to Africa and being a no-show like Chappelle, because while we are laughing all the way to the bank, we'll remind you that you ain't nothing but a circus act, a manic depressive clown in blackface, separated for his family for food stamps. Even Robin Harris has baby kids, but you are on a roll, black man. Ha ha, just like your papa, a Rolling Stone, the kind of Chris Rocks that you can't throw in glass houses. But try to throw your weight around like Bruce, and we would throw that ass in jail, peel the Jordans right off of you, and throw away the key. So you best watch your every gesture, or you will end up a court jester with more priors on your record than Richard. And if you don't believe us, the proof is in Bill Cosby's pudding. You see, because we need more Martin Lawrences than Martin Luthers. So run tell that on a hot summer day in a sauna suit, or we will claim you as crazy as a cat named Slickback. Say you done flipped out like Wilson or Michael's black son, because everybody's losing when the family is feuding, except for Steve Harvey, because he knows how to just be an entertainer like Cedric. Even the so-called kings of comedy be on the DL, scared of these motherfuckers without Bernie. So before you tell us to kiss your black ass like Paul Mooney, you better be as sly as a red fox, because Eddie Murphy's Law clearly states that you have to laugh your ass off to keep from crying. Or the joke just might be on you, black man. Ha ha.